Dark Elves versus Bretonnian. My Little Pony. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, another battle report for you, but this one, Man of War. And tonight it's the Bretonnians, all these sailing ships here, relying on the wind, plus some Air Force. We're playing Air Force tonight. My Little Pony ones, and we are up against the Dark Elves. So this is going to be the ships that I am going to be playing. Usually I deploy all of the little ships in the Black Ark, but tonight I'm going to try them outside the Black Ark, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. We've got a couple of pieces of terrain on our Black Sea board, so yeah, let's find out and see who's going to be going first. Okay, so we're going to roll off, see who's going to take the first turn. Okay, I've got a 4, no doubles, so the wind doesn't change direction. Currently the wind's going from that side to this side. I also have a 150 point wizard, and the Bretonnians over there have a 100 point wizard. So we're going to get some magic on and get moving. Okay, so yeah, I went first. I did my magic and I managed to get my magic off. The Man of War ship, that big one there, I managed to stop it from moving this turn, and then the Bretonnians tried to do their magic but failed. I moved my Black Ark just there, and the My Little Ponies over here moved 18 inches all the way over there. So now we're going to go back to my movement. Okay, so that's the end of turn 1. No shooting, no one was in range, just movement. Moved my fleet forward here in some sort of formation. To be fair, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with the fleet, but we'll find out if it's working in a minute. In the meantime, all these sailboats here have advanced forward, except for that big one at the back that I used my magic spell on. My flyer is currently on land. Okay, so that is turn 1 over. We're going to roll off now and see who's going to go next. Okay, so we're going to roll off. Any doubles and the wind will change direction. Double 1. There we go. So we need to change the wind. It's going. Which way is it going? Towards me. Oh dear. Oh no, probably not. Anyway, we've got a re-roll, haven't we?
You never know.
Looking for another double, probably. A 1 and a 4, so Dark Elves got a 4, we'll be going first. Okay, so we did our magic. I had my magic go off, but it was dispelled, and then the Bretonnians' magic failed. Then I moved my flyer and I attacked the big ship, which probably was the wrong thing to do. Probably should have attacked a small ship, but there you go, I had a go. I took a wound in the attack back before I struck, and then I rolled a 1 when I struck, which meant I totally missed, so I did nothing apart from wound myself. In the meantime, the Bretonnians, My Little Ponies, are coming towards me. Let's see what these can do, see if they can fare any better.
Like out of range.
Except they're not in range. So next time, unless I can counter them. Can I attach the assault them?
You can't, you need, that's what I'm saying, you need the bows.
Okay, yeah, so I can't hit them. Okay, right, alright then, so let's go on to my next turn. Okay, so I just moved the Black Ark. I just went up behind this piece of terrain. To be honest with you, I'm a bit unsure about what I'm doing here with this fleet. It seems to be very fast. The wind is coming in this direction as well, so I think they're going to be on top of me pretty soon. So I think I'm probably, to be fair, just going to cower behind this piece of terrain here, but we'll come back at the end of turn 2 and show you what happens. Okay, so end of turn 2, and pretty much did what I said I was going to do, cower behind this piece of terrain. These guys went last, so I moved them there. They're in range of that front ship. If hopefully I get the initiative, we'll see. So yeah, the only thing that happened to me was I lost a wound from one of these guns here. That big ship tried to shoot me, it was just out of range. Right, okay, so that's the end of turn 2. So let's see what happens on turn 3. We're going to roll the dice. Any doubles, the wind will change. It hasn't changed, but I have managed to get the initiative. So we're going to do some magic, and I'll be back. Okay, so I just took the Gribblies into the big ship there, and I did nothing. in actual fact. The first guy refused to attack, I rolled a 2. The second guy, I rolled a 3, and he saved the wound that came in. The third one didn't actually make base contact. We did our magic as well, and we both failed our magic. So if you're interested, magic wise, I've got 6 cards here, and with my wizard I get +1 to whatever dice roll I need for the card. So for example, this one here is a 4+, so I actually need a 3. The Bretonnians wizard's not quite as good. He has 4 cards and he doesn't have that +1 to the roll. Okay, now it's going to go for the Bretonnians and see what they can do. Okay, just had a bit of action. This ship here came up and shot into my big gribbly there. I had 3 wounds to make, 2 at the critical results of 5, and I managed to roll 3 6s. And then it was my turn. I assaulted I came up to the ship, I shot it first, did 1 location of damage, and then I boarded it with my 6 crew and managed to abandon it. What's it called? Abandon, yeah. So it's just bobbing there with no crew at the moment as we continue with turn 3. Okay, so some very good sailing by this ship. Managed to get in the gap, shot my smaller gribbly there, took 2 wounds, shot the Black Ark, did nothing. Oh no, did one damage. Yeah, 1 damage, but I did save the rest of them. And then in my turn I took my flying gribbly over into these little ships here, and I rolled another 1 on my attack, so again he did nothing. Okay, so back to the Bretonnians' turn. Okay, so just a bit of an update on this turn. These 3 ships here came in to these little guys. I managed to kill 2 of them, and the one that's left is just on 2 wounds. In my turn I've used that guy there, tried to do some damage on that, did 1 location, and then the Black Ark came in, did quite well on the shooting, and then managed to board, and that one is now abandoned. In the meantime, my little ponies flew over here. They attacked this guy here and managed to get him down to 3 wounds. This little pony here wasn't able to get into base contact. Anyway, we've still got some more shooting and stuff to do, so I'll be back at the end of this turn. Okay, so that's the end of the turn. So this big ship here, along with these ones here, managed to kill off all of those small little gribblies. Over here, these 3 ships came in and shot into these guys. I lost a couple of wounds. This little ship here was parts of these 2, managed to get into here, and I abandoned it. So that one in the middle there, the yellow one, is abandoned, and the one on the left is abandoned. I also just brought this one up here, just there, scuttled that ship, and yeah, that's the end of the turn. So we're going to move into now, I think it must be turn 4 by now. Okay, so we just did initiative, and I managed to win the initiative, and my wizard managed to get quite a nice card off, Windmaster. I am now in control of the wind. So, as you would expect, I've changed the wind in that direction. That means these sails are hopefully going to have a bit more of an issue now as we move in to my turn. Okay, so that's the end of the turn. I ended up putting one of the death fortresses into the Black Ark after the Black Ark moved there, just reversed up. Put the flyer into that ship there, did nothing. Here we managed to kill ourselves a little bit with these little Doom Weavers, I think they're called, yeah, Doom Weavers. That guy just moved up there. The flying pony, I'm not sure if I said before, but the flying pony assaulted him and did nothing. And that's pretty much it. Not too much action there. We're just, well, the wind has sort of slowed down this little fleet here, so that was quite useful. Right, so that's the end of that turn. We're now going to roll off and see who goes first in the next turn. A 4, so once again, the Dark Elves get the initiative. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. The little sea monsters here doing what they do best, munching these Bretonnians. So, this guy here has abandoned that ship. This one here, he is still usable. And then over here, these are all abandoned now. So everything apart from that little ship is abandoned. Over this side of the table, it's a little bit more healthier for the Bretonnians. However, I have managed to shoot these ships here, taking a few of their guns out. That was from the Ark and also the Doom Reaver. No, the Death Fortress. The Death Fortress did die. Got a shot that came in, rolled a 6, which I failed to save, and he just died. My little flyer there attacked that ship and did nothing. So the Ark has taken a bit of damage from some shooting as well, so a few locations have been destroyed. I've only got a front gun. So yeah, let's move on to the next turn. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. I once again got the initiative. We both did some magic, both failed our magic. And then I just finished off that ship over there, started to move these Gribblies over this side of the table. In the meantime, the wind really slowing these ships down. However, they did manage to damage the Ark quite badly. I've got nothing below the waterline, but all of my guns and ports and everything are all completely destroyed. And then these ships here just moved in the wind, and that was it. So the only thing that happened actually was my flyer. That's now gone. Tried to board this one here. I did manage to damage it with a few guns, but that's it. Okay, so let's see what happens in the next turn. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. So we rolled for initiative. We got a double, which meant the wind changed direction. The Bretonnians had just spent a couple of turns trying to correct the last wind change, so that caused them even more problems. We then did magic. I found my magic. The Bretonnians managed to get a crew back with their magic on this ship. However, my guy that was over there just about got into range and took the crew back off again. These just moved up in the meantime. These moved round here with the wind. Was slightly out of range for shooting, so couldn't shoot me. And then my Black Ark here just abandoned that ship. So the Bretonnians, with just these 3 ships here, 2 are badly damaged with no guns, have conceded. So it's a victory for the Dark Elves. So really hope you enjoyed the battle report. Beam me up.